All right. All right, guys, we're here today with another member here. He's a powerlifter here at Steel City. So,
What's up, guys? It's Miguel, one of the powerlifters here.
Miguel Garza. All right, Miguel. So, tell us a little bit more or less how you got into like powerlifting. How did you get into the lifting industry, and what made you want to come to this gym?
Uh, well, I've always been athletic. I did sports in high school, in middle school, a little bit in high school. So I've always been associated with exercising and stuff like that. But I would really say that it kind of excelled during COVID, like peak COVID, kind of how it all started off. My mom used to be self-employed. We had a big storage unit at our house, and
I've seen some of the videos.
yeah,
First
so
got Javi,
little Iron House gym.
Yeah.
And, so we just told our mom, I was like, hey, you're not using the storage unit anymore. I said we need to make it into a gym. And she said, well, if you want to help me clean, like go for it. She said, okay, let's get the ground rolling. So we started little by little, started buying stuff, started buying plates and dumbbells and stuff like that. Then we started getting a little bit more advanced. Then we got a little squat rack, we got a little Smith machine going. And then from there, just kind of just
a yoke and a sandbag.
Yeah, so we just kind of just started like going with it. And well, my brother, he's one of the strongman athletes here. He said like, hey, like I think I want to start doing strongman. And I was like, well, I don't know what that is. So he would show me videos and stuff like that from like Brian Shaw, Eddie Hall, and things like that. And I said, okay, man, go for it. So we started buying, the log press, the sandbags. And yeah, that's kind of just where it took off from there.
So y'all were pretty much just lifting at your home, and then y'all went to a commercial gym, or y'all went from the commercial gym straight over here, or
from the
after COVID,
after COVID, we call it the Garza Dungeon. Well, here in South Texas, it's hot as hell, so
fuck yeah.
So after that, we just kind of, what, let's go to a commercial gym. We'll save like the cooler months. We'll, work out here at the house and stuff like that. So yeah, we started going to a commercial gym, and well, I work at a restaurant. So lifting you kind of have to fit it into the schedule, so sometimes I would get out at 12, 1:30 in the morning. And then, well, luckily Crunch was right next door to where I work at. So, you had to get it in, but that was going on for like two and a half years.
Damn.
2.5 years? 2.5 years doing that, man.
And when you were at Crunch, was it just regular lifting?
Oh, yeah.
Was it like fit, like just trying to keep a healthier body going?
Oh,
or
yeah.
Were you aiming for like heavy triples, heavy fives, or PRing?
No, to be honest, man, like that, I didn't know what I was doing. I would just do like the typical, okay, bench day, bench, incline bench.
The typical bro split.
Yeah, the bro split. That's what I would do. So
yeah, that's most common. I mean, if you're new to it, that's the majority. I mean, I remember I started with that too. So
yeah,
that's something new. But okay, so then that's two years post COVID, or a year post COVID, and then you mentioned that your brother Javi, well, he did start strongman, and I found out that he did a comp. And then he did Sinister Showdown.
Yes, he did.
The shirt you're wearing.
Yeah, the shirt that I'm actually wearing right now.
And then I believe after that one, he had the deadlift party there at Gentry.
Yes.
And then from there, I believe that's where he met Roman and RJ. And then that's when they told me that he was looking into pursuing strongman. And then he came, and then you came right behind him.
Yes, and it kind of just all fell into place because, I guess you can say I was at the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
I remember, I was mentioning the deadlift party. That's how he even met Ellis too.
Yeah, Ellis too.
So he was just like, I get coached by this guy. His name is Armando. Like, you should really check it out. And so my brother was like, like if I'm gonna excel, if I'm gonna do well in this, like I think I need to pursue this route instead of. I mean, basically, Javi did. He started a year of strongman just by YouTube and podcasts, really, and like. I remember he did his first comp there at in Brownsville at Sinister Showdown, and he learned how to do the sandbag like literally 20 minutes before his actual lift, and it was just crazy how quickly he excelled just by YouTube and podcasts. And then, well, obviously, he met y'all, he met RJ, Roman, and Ellis, and it kind of just went from there. And going back to the storage unit days,
Mhm.
you know, the little 10 by 20,
Yeah.
20 by 15
Oh,
storage
when we
unit.
first started, yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah,
dude.
and I was like, man, like, where's this, you know, storage unit at and stuff like that. And he was like, oh man, but it's kind of small. Like,
It
you
was
know,
hella small, dude.
Yeah,
Like
it's
me
like-
and RJ were talking about, it's literally the size of this office, man.
yeah, and it was crazy. So he was just like, you know, like I'm, you know, hopefully, you know, he's thinking about, you know, partnering up with somebody. It's a little bit of a bigger gym. You should really come and check it out when you're free. So yeah, man, for sure. You know, we'll check it out. And yeah, I just happened to be at the right
Yeah.
place at the right time, and I fell in love with it. I mean, I've always been passionate about lifting and stuff like that. And you know, you come to think, you know, I've been doing this for what, 2.5 years, thinking I knew it all.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, well,
Don't know it all.
Yeah, at the same time, you never do,
Yeah.
especially in lifting, because like you go back 10, 15 years, and the majority of the workouts that are
Right.
now in the modern day weren't back then, or like workouts from back then aren't used anymore now.
Right.
So everything's just progressing. There's just those main movements that they stay within those years.
Right.
And I mean, you can see it all right here. Majority
Yeah.
of the things we pretty much do, but at the same time, it's like you're always learning something. To me, the way I say it is, if you don't learn something today, then it's a day wasted.
Right.
So
I agree.
that's the way we go about it. And I remember when you first started, you were with bodybuilding. You said you
Yeah,
wanted to go
yeah,
into bodybuilding, and then for some reason you started lifting heavy with us, and then you ended up switching over into powerlifting.
Yeah.
So how does that transfer from wanting to do bodybuilding? What made you want to start bodybuilding, and now how is you wanting to pursue that, switching over to powerlifting? How did that all start?
So basically, I've always had a passion for fitness. You know, I guess because I was already starting to reach my prime. I wasn't really, let's just say, I wasn't happy in how I looked, how I felt. You know, especially working at a restaurant. You know, you're constantly surrounded by food and stuff like that. So when you're stressed out, when you're, you know, pissed off, you're just eating, and it's not always the best food. You know, and unfortunately, you know, I was involved in things that I wasn't supposed to be involved in, as far as like relationships and stuff like that. So that kind of just like distracted me from being where I wanted to be physically and mentally. And so when I found, you know, this route, when I started to find the gym and stuff like that, you know, it just kind of took off from there. You know, I wanted to lose weight. I wanted, you know, at the time I was like, I'm going to be 25, you know, and I still have a, you know, a little beer gut, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I said, no, I need to lose that completely. So then I started doing the bodybuilding route, because, you know, bodybuilding tends to focus on hypertrophy and stuff like that. So I wanted to lose weight first before I actually started to get into the heavy lifting. And I mean, I've always, you know, not trying to toot my own horn, I've always been strong for my size and for my build. And yeah, I just wanted to test my limits. So that's why I went the powerlifting route. And, you know, now I'm seeing the numbers that I want to see, and it's only getting better. So, you know, I figured that this is where, you know, this is the route that I need to go. So
Let me take a quick break, make sure the fan's still good. Okay. All right, so I mean, this is the route that you're aiming for, powerlifting. I know we've had discussions about comps coming up.
Right.
We did have one in July.
Yeah.
And you and I had both agreed, like, if we don't hit these numbers by this date, we're not going to pursue with this comp. And the only reason we do that is we don't want to set you up for failure. You know, I want you to go into your best, the best you, in other words.
Right.
So you did mention you wanted to get a weight cut going, so we started doing that.
Yeah.
So right now how much weight have we dropped since the
weight
cut?
Since the cut.
What was the starting and the right now?
Starting, I was walking around on a good day. I was walking around 220.
Jesus.
Yeah, so 220, and right now I'm walking around 205, 207 right now.
So we're already almost down like 15 pounds more or less.
15 pounds, yeah. If I can lose another 15 pounds, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I think I'd be in good shape right there.
And with those 15 pounds, we still managed to get all your bench, your squat, and your deadlift, 30-pound PR.
Yeah.
And I want to say the span of what, 8 weeks was it?
8 weeks, yeah.
8 weeks. We did that 8-week challenge. So, well, yeah. I mean, and what are your goals because I know we mentioned the comp in November is the one we're
Right.
aiming for. What are your goals for those comps? What are your numbers planned? And like going into that comp, like
Yeah.
what's your main goal?
Well, my main goal, first and foremost, is to actually compete.
Yeah.
It's my first powerlifting competition. Unfortunately, I never did it in high school, so I had no experience on that. So my first comp, I want to be able first and foremost to compete actually, and
Get your feet wet on
get
the platform.
my feet wet. Yeah, see what all this is about. But right now my bench is at 340 right now, so hopefully by the time November comes around, I can be like high 300s, maybe even 4 plates. We're aiming for that.
The Majestic 4, man.
The Majestic 4 plates.
We all aim for that.
And of course my squat in the mid to high 500s. Same thing on my deadlifts. I finally broke that 500 barrier on my deadlift, so I'm hoping to aim for at least like mid to high 500s on that. Same thing on my squat. It's there. It's just that little extra work that we need to do. But
those little adjustments, minor adjustments that we got to make, and those minor adjustments always end up transferring.
Yeah.
Ginormous into those big
lifts.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, so what are your thoughts on the gym right now? Like, that's like I was telling RJ the last time. Like, we don't have everything in the commercial gym industry that they have, like with their machines and this and that. But like, how do you feel everything's working for you right now?
Great. I mean, just like what you said, I mean, we don't have machines, and I mean, if you really think about it, you don't need machines.
Yeah.
If you're pushing dead weight on your own, I mean, to me, that's impressive. I mean, I feel like a machine work is assisted in a way. It's not really testing your brute strength rather than actually pushing dead weight. Putting a bar on your back. Putting a bar on top of your chest. It's different. Picking it up from the ground, like it's different. And little accessory works like that, that help you with those main lifts. But I love it here. I always tell myself, I always tell friends, when they see me post videos, I would never step foot in a commercial gym.
Yeah, dude, I've said the same thing.
It's crazy how much of not only a community, but a family that this gym is. And you don't get that anywhere else, especially at a commercial gym. You always get those, like, oh, like, what are you doing? Like, that looks wrong. Like
the typical bros.
Yeah, the typical
like that guy that's all over TikTok with the shirt that says no steroids.
Exactly.
Famous dude now.
Dude, actually.
Yeah, I get what you mean. I don't know, dude. Like, and it's no disrespect to commercial gyms, but you get those kids that think they know it all. I mean, we were there at one point. But like, it's getting to the point where it's like, dude, you can't even enjoy going because it's so jet packed.
Exactly, especially at 5-6 o'clock. You don't want to be at
rush hour.
Rush hour. That's
terrible. So that's why we leave this one 24/7. Because I understand you guys work all day, or you're not able to come in at the same time. So this is 24/7 for you guys. Try to give you guys everything you need.
Yeah. And that's why we take advantage of it, because at commercial gyms, like, you come in at the wrong time. Yeah. You have your pre-workout in, your pump is going, and then by the time you're waiting for a bench
or a 30, 40 rack,
or a squat rack, your pump is already gone. So and my biggest pet peeve is people on their phones at the gym. Like,
on the machine sitting down.
Like, bro, what are you doing? You've been at the bench for 20 minutes. Oh, I got like 5 more sets in. Like, you were on your phone for 25 minutes.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I knew. I said, man, I'm done with this. So and it was crazy because it was actually a week before I actually went to what used to be Movismo Fitness. So and that's how I met everybody. We were partnered with them, and I was like, okay, this is it. Like, I'm done with the commercial gym.
Yeah, hell no. Yeah, ever since we've abandoned them, like abandoned the commercial gym, to me it's been better. I mean, I have everything I need here, so there's not really. I mean, we'll go every now and then. You know how when we travel as a gym, we'll go to a deadlift party because we got good friends over at Top Gym and Lithium, so we'll take little visits over there.
For sure, yeah.
But I mean, that's pretty much what I wanted to get to, like how you feel about this gym and just a little on your thoughts about it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Perfect.
All right. So, guys, for those of you who don't know him, his name's Miguel. If you want to Give him a follow on Instagram. I'll put it in the comments below. But besides that, pretty much done here. Little introduction. We out.
Peace.